Back more Angel. This is episode 2 of season 4. Very excited to continue with this season, see exactly where they're going to go with everything after the premiere. Angel's out of the ocean, so that's good. Cordelia's bored, which isn't good. And I hope they can find a way to, I don't know, get her back, or is she just gonna be there? That would be odd. I don't know exactly where they're headed with that. So we'll see exactly what that's going to be about, but Lilah also is like a big name in Wolfman Heart now. I loved all her scenes in the last episode, and her and Wesley still have a very interesting dynamic, so that's cool. Connor found out the truth about Holt and Justine and everything that went down with that, but he remained a bit of a shit about it, which isn't great, but I did like Angel's speech to him and kind of kicking him out, so that's all out in the open, and we'll see where they go next with the story and all the characters. I'm very intrigued to kind of find out more about the overall story and arc for this season, so yeah, let's get right into the next one.
Classes end June 3rd.
What is this?
No Gwen.
Oh. Aw. Why is Gwen dressed like a lobster?
Are you a freak?
Or hello, you could say. You're gonna touch him with your skin? That's why you're wearing big gloves? Oh dear. That's why she's dressed like a lobster. Okay, so this is Angel. That's good. Confirmation.
Big apartment, no one living here.
Phantom Dennis.
Yeah, Dennis lives here.
Does he know anything about Cordy? Where she might be?
This just takes we haven't brought her home already.
Oh, Dennis.
We will.
Banished to the ocean depths by her ungrateful snot of a son.
Not that she's bitter.
I appreciate it.
Damn it, Dennis, she's not coming back.
Need help?
Oh.
Oh, thanks.
He's a rogue demon hunter.
I just want you to know, as far as I'm concerned, we're okay again.
Oh, wow.
That's everything I have on Cordelia's disappearance.
Oh, he was looking for her too.
What should I do then? Send her a gift? Sacrifice? Unholy fruit basket?
Damn, he's really distanced himself, isn't he?
Knock knock.
Who's there?
Door was open.
Oh. Oh. Stop it!
Lost love.
Oh, I hate that noise of her moving. Ooh.
So you know why I'm here.
Find the axis and find your lost one.
Why should I trust you?
Because I'd love to keep you, but you have so much more to lose.
Hello.
Let's be honest, Elliot. I look like a blue light special to you.
You know, Gwen, you came to me very highly.
Ah, I thought it was Gwen when he, like, went away from her hand.
Gwen, that is a $12,000 watch.
Oh. Was.
Now it's surrealism. The axis, a metal art set into a marble base, stands approximately 2 feet high and weighs 18 pounds.
Give you an idea.
One of which is finding souls.
I love her little presentation.
Entities like
Amelia.
Wow. It's just,
Should have seen the ones he did when he was evil.
I'm still working on a plan, but so far it involves being sent to prison and becoming somebody's bitch.
nobody's going to jail, Fred. I told you.
I'll be your
Times like
bitch.
this, I've done it.
Okay.
I'm really strong, if that helps.
I love her energy.
My girl, large and in charge.
I'm getting real River Song vibes from her, which is a very good thing.
I can't stay.
But baby, it's cold outside.
Meeting in a poor little guy. Friendless, homeless.
Oh my.
Looks like Connor's gonna need someone who cares, like a big sister or... Hey, Mrs. Robinson. That's what we're into.
Hello, Benjamin. Oh boy. Is Lilah going to try and recruit Connor as well?
Damn, this is so much harder than it looks on Batman.
Disarming contain. Angel, hit the vault, wait for system shutdown, then steal the access.
You are so hot right now.
Go.
Oh dear. Well.
You know, I put that down for a reason. I'm not here for the Axis.
You're lying.
I'm fibbing. It's lying, only classier.
Oh, electrical
Technically,
things.
I'm exciting the subatomic particles with electrical energy and then bouncing them off each other before they hit ground state.
It's basically what I
Just
said.
love the...
What are you?
I'm a freak.
I'm a widow.
I'm trying to find someone. Someone very important to me, and the access there, it's my only shot.
Come on, he's telling the truth.
Oh, well, golly, if you say it's true. Do you really love her?
Yeah, I do.
2. On a scale of 1 to 10.
Oh dear. Yep. She can do that.
He's dead.
Shut the fuck up. Oh. Did you kill that boy? Oh.
Just like starting a Chevy.
Oh. Oh, hello. How's being homeless?
Miss me?
Only in the sense of... no.
How's it going, Lilah? Thief was too, what you might call specialized. The kind only people like your clients can afford.
And you want the name of the buyer.
Oh.
I know you've been out of the loop for a while, but I'm still evil. I don't do errands unless they're evil errands.
Just this once, I'll ignore the fact that you were within 50 yards of my son.
I really
So much
like
for moral high ground,
their
huh?
dynamic.
It's interesting. You coming to me for help?
You know what I find interesting? The fact that I can smell you and Wesley all over each other.
Oh.
And it could have been too late, and Angel would have had to swear bloodlusty vengeance on the woman that killed you, and we all know how well that one works out.
Fred, what the hell?
I am so sick of holding everything up around here.
Oh,
First
God.
Wesley leaves, then Angel and Cordy. I'm sick of taking care of everything and paying bills and making peace and plans and keeping my chin up. God, I'm so sick of my chin being up.
You know what, just electrocute me now, because I don't know what kind of alien female thing.
I thought it would get better when Angel came back. You died and left me all alone.
I mean, I don't think it was his choice. Damn. And that was the real problem, I think. Being on her own. For like 3 months it was just the two of them, so for him to just suddenly be gone like that must have been a bit...
Nice color.
Why are you not toast?
He's dead, Charlie's Angels.
Really?
Oh! Can she like restart his heart? They wouldn't stay that way because he'd just be dead, so I suppose it... Oh! Oh. The Grinch's heart grew 3 sizes that day. Huh?
To a professional like yourself.
Oh.
It's a double cross.
I'm not slow. I know it's... Shut up.
Professionals are discreet, young lady. You, on the other hand, are a freak. Dangerous
Should not have said that.
freak.
Wow.
Uh-huh. Well, we had the tuna casserole last Thursday, Molly.
Let's just...
Yeah, yeah.
Hey!
Nice. Excuse me, sir.
You also tracks like me?
Maggoty little norms like you.
So you're a freak, boo-hoo, so what?
Oh,
Excuse me.
tough
I
love.
think you've already figured out I'm not the poster boy for normal.
Anyone that bad at stealing stuff's got to be doing it for
It's electrifying.
Yeah.
He knows she ascended. Maybe she has really good phone signal.
Higher beings get to take vacations. The way I saw it felt sort of permanent. Too bad. Could all go to Vegas.
I want that episode.
She started doing that glowy thing.
Even if I can't see her or talk to her, it's like she's still on my side.
Oh.
Doesn't mean you miss her any less.
Oh.
I keep thinking, I gotta get Cordy back home. Finally, I find her. And I realize she already is home.
Oh. Oh. Oh.
Where she belongs.
No.
What are you, deficient? Get me out of here!
Oh. Oh, okay. Okay, I really enjoyed that episode. I thought that was really good. Where shall we start? I guess the main plot with Gwen. I imagine we're going to see her again. It feels like it wasn't kind of a one and done kind of feeling with her. Maybe it's just because we got like a flashback with her starting off the episode. Let's see that she had powers and stuff. And I don't think we really got a proper explanation for like where she got the powers from or anything, or how that came about. So I feel like maybe we could see her again and explain a bit more of that. Or I don't know. I liked the energy she kind of brought to the episode. It's a different kind of dynamic in a way. I feel like she had a very similar kind of love-hate thing with Angel going on. I suppose him and Lilah do. But I think with Lilah it's more hate most of the time, but she kind of brought that similar energy to it, so I guess that's why I quite liked her, because Lilah's awesome. So yeah, getting a bit of backstory about her all of a sudden. She's like one of the X-Men, I guess, in her backstory. And yeah, bringing her into things. Yeah, I just get the sense that we're going to see more of her. If we don't, I guess fine. But it did feel like there's unfinished business there. So I do kind of hope we see her again, because I actually thought she was kind of cool. I thought the actress was really good. A few funny moments there. And yeah, it was nice to see like a kind of super-powered individual in that sense. I mean, the plot surrounding it, like her also stealing this thing, and then that guy like double-crossing her at the last minute or whatever, that was like, fine, whatever. Because obviously you're much more interested in Angel and Fred and Gunn trying to get the thing for themselves because we're invested in them more so. You didn't necessarily need that complication of her also trying to get it. You probably could have cut that out completely, but I wouldn't say the character didn't need to be there. I feel like she still was pretty cool and gave an interesting kind of threat to the episode in a sense. Even though, you know, I think it would have been just as good to just have like a heist episode with Angel, Gunn and Fred. I think that could have been cool as well. But regardless, Gwen was a lot of fun. I like the kind of idea of her having powers, and maybe we'll see her again, maybe we won't. But either way, it's kind of an interesting thing aside from the double-crossing guy. That I wasn't that all into. But yeah, I thought maybe more so with her powers it did give Angel that kind of moment, like, holy shit, I can feel my heart beating, which, you know, he has done a few times before. But just that brief moment. I feel like the kiss, I don't know, that seemed a bit out of nowhere and a bit forced, but okay. At least that moment did make him be like, oh god, Cordelia, I need to find Cordelia again, set him on that path. And I think she was more so in the episode, I think, for her powers and for her commentary at the end about what Angel would do for love, and him being rubbish at heisting was quite funny. So I think it was just a way of reasserting that, you know, months later, Angel's still very, very determined to find Cordelia and track her down. So Gwen was quite cool, I quite liked her, and I'd like to think we'll see her again, but we'll have to wait and see. Then Wesley and his little team I thought was kind of cool. I like that he's got his own kind of club going, his own team. I'm loving really badass cut off Wesley. I think he's so cool. I want him to be my best friend. But there's kind of a sadness to it in the fact that, you know, he's not with the Angel Investigations group anymore. But now that he's like the leader of his own little group, I don't see why he would just go back, even if Angel's like, we're cool, I've forgiven you. I feel like there's still resentment there on Wesley's side. He's like, how could they all just abandon me like that? Which in a way is valid, but you know, he also did do wrong things. So I feel like he hasn't really gone past that and maybe never will, so he remains kind of separated from them, I guess. But I love that his kind of cast hasn't been entirely erased, because he did try and track Angel down and he did so. And he's been working on Cordelia's disappearance as well, had a whole folder thing. His new Angel was going to come for it, even though he seems to be like out on a mission, hunting down a demon and stuff. But he still had it on hand to give to Angel, so he's a very smart guy. He knows what he needs and where he needs it. So yeah, the fact that Angel was like, water under the bridge, we're cool. It helped, I guess, that Connor had wronged him so greatly that he could be in a place to forgive Wesley for all that. But it was a good moment. I did like Wesley's little moment of silence there, but he's trying to brush it off, because if maybe that forgiveness had come months ago, or even like just a month after the whole thing with Connor had happened, I think he'd have been all over it and back on the team and stuff. But because time has passed, things have changed and evolved and grown. It's allowed resentment to kind of sit in him, and he hasn't really had any means of healing from that sense of betrayal. He's almost fighting himself and maybe anger at himself for mucking up in the way he did with Connor. And the only person he's really had around to confide him is Lilah, and of course Lilah's not going to try and help him heal bonds with his friends, because she'd much rather kind of use him in that sense. So yeah, I do love that story for Wesley though, and I hope they can continue to find good ways of him being involved in like the main plots of episodes, even if he is like not in Angel Investigations. So really like him, he's really cool, and his kind of big turn, pretty badass. I like it. It would be cool to kind of see an episode where like Angel Investigations have to team up with Wesley's gang. That could be kind of an interesting thing. And once again, him and Lilah, I feel like I shouldn't love it as much as I do, but I mean, they're not good for each other, but they're very good to watch. They're very entertaining. Yeah, there's something about their scenes that I'm like, give me more of this. And even though it's probably more of a toxic dynamic, it is an interesting one to kind of explore, I guess. Much like the Buffy and Spike stuff in season 6 of Buffy, you know, it's a very toxic relationship, but it was kind of interesting to watch and delve into, until it wasn't. So yeah, I did like that. And the fact that Wesley and Lilah have just kind of lost themselves into this new version of themselves and who they are. And Lilah loves being evil. She even gloated about that in this episode to Angel with their scene, which I also really loved. And I liked that dynamic with Angel and Lilah. You know, there's a lot of hate there, but they can also have a bit of a laugh and a joke around it with each other. And I like that Angel could smell Wesley on her and Lilah on him, so that could like convince her to do stuff. And Lilah's also spying on Connor. I think she's trying to maybe get him on her side. And Angel's like, I'm going to go this once that you're this close to my son. So yeah, Lilah's kind of at the centre of many cool and interesting dynamics, and I adore her. I've always liked her. Season 3 made me absolutely adore her, and I'm loving her this season so far as well. I think she's so cool. And yeah, quite powerful scenes with her and Wesley, shall we say. So yeah, I really am loving what she's kind of bringing to things, and I can't wait to see a bit more of her being like the boss now, and hopefully just torturing Gavin again and again. I would like to see it. So she's awesome. And yeah, the Elliot guy, generic villain, bland next. Could have done without that whole story, but what can you do? Cordelia again at the end, she's like, get me out of here. So I hope they don't continue to just do that cutaway joke to her at the end of every episode. I hope they kind of get her back somehow fairly quickly, and then they don't seem to have a way, and they may have given up given that they found out the truth about her and stuff, but I hope she comes back, because then it means she gets some screen time, you know, which we haven't really gotten. So the quest for Cordelia continues, I suppose, even if Angel's kind of put that to bed right now. But I did like that whole final speech where they were talking about, oh, do you think she can visit? And they do the episode about, like, home, finding your home. Angel's now back home. What he was kind of saying, like, oh, when I came back, Cordelia was already home anyway, even if she's not here anymore. That was actually a really sweet sentiment, even though Cordelia clearly doesn't want to be where she is. Connor's without a home at the moment. He's just kind of sleeping rough, which in a way is quite sad, but also a bit of a shit. And, you know, it's not like he's gonna just be left in the street forever and stuff. Angel's always gonna look out for him, even if he doesn't want him living with him or whatever. You know, he never let, like, he never let him starve or anything, you know? It's his son. And he loves him, as we saw in the last episode. So everything that was interesting, and I'm sure we'll get a bit more focus on Connor later on down the line. For now, I think he just needs his time away. And yeah, just Angel's dedication to finding Cordelia, very wholesome. I love that love that they have, and it would be cool to get Cordelia back because they can explore that a bit more. Maybe like the fact that, you know, Angel could potentially turn evil if anything really happened, but that could be interesting, because there's so much more to Angel now than just being like the love interest who would turn evil if they slept together. You know, there's so much more richness to his character now. I think it could be cool if they explored that, but we'll see. You never know. And then yeah, Fred and Gunn, everything with them. I like that they had hints of Fred's issues kind of getting to her about, you know, taking on all this responsibility. I said, you know, my last season and my review and stuff, I thought like the pressure would get to them, like it caused them strain in their relationship, and I think we kind of have gotten a bit of that. And you know, Fred had to rely on Gunn so much in that 3 months when it was kind of just those two looking after Connor, looking after the bills and everything like that, doing cases and stuff. And then suddenly she was this possibility, just like that, Gunn was gone, and obviously that shook her up quite a bit. And yeah, maybe of all people to snap at, maybe not Gunn because the guy did fucking die. But you can see she's not really angry at him. I think she's more angry at the situation in the world, and she puts so much pressure on herself as well. And I think maybe a lot of that could come from her academic kind of background. You know, we've seen how smart she is, and I think she kind of sees herself as not good enough at times. Very much so that presentation scene, she had all these drawings and the angels were always better than her. She was like, oh, well, Angel clearly does this better than me, but he hasn't been around. Should I still, is it still my right, because Angel's back, to keep doing this? But she still wants to find Cordelia, so she has all these things stressing her out. So you can get that it gets to her and she snaps, and she was just terrified of losing Gunn, I think. That really shook her a bit. So I like that Gunn can be quite level-headed and down-to-earth about the whole thing, because they bounce each other out in a very interesting way, I think, Gunn and Fred. So I do like that quite a bit. So yeah, I can kind of see where Fred's coming from with like that pressure, but I think a lot of that she did put on herself. So that's something maybe Gunn can help her through and she can work through as well. But a lot of the people in the Buffyverse put the weight on the world on their shoulders needlessly. I'm sure Gunn was there willing to help Fred in any way she wanted, but sometimes, you know, you want to make sure everything's done yourself so you're fully happy with it. And yeah, she just seems like the type to throw herself 2000% into whatever she does and overexert herself in that sense. And you know, she spent 5 years in Pylia, this awful dimension, all on her own. She never wants to be on her own again. For a second she kind of almost was, because she'd lost the man she loves. So a lot getting to her there, and I like that they kind of explored it, because we had Fred, you know, she was like writing all over the place and stuff like that in Pylia. When she got back, she's still going through that, those tics and those kind of tendencies. So it makes sense that they're kind of still very much ingrained in her personality. And yeah, bless her. So it was cool of them to explore that and to see Gunn be quite level-headed and relaxed about it to balance things out with her. So I liked that kind of issue that she was dealing with, and I think now that she's had that big explosion moment, she can realise that, you know, it's not all on her. They are a team, they are Angel Investigations, you know. But yeah, 3 months with like all your friends disappearing or cutting themselves away from you. It's just you, your partner, and this teenage boy who barely knows this world, having to navigate that with him, raise him. It probably got to both of them, but I think Gunn kind of spent a life living on the streets with just his sister and his gang. He kind of had more know-how, I think, and got used to that lifestyle, so it didn't quite affect him as much as it did to Fred. Because I think probably in the early days, when Gunn and his sister were first like alone on the streets together, I imagine he could be very much like Fred was in this episode, but he's kind of had to deal with it and stuff like that, so he can help her as well. So I really liked that dynamic with those two. They had some really funny moments. I liked Gunn's line about, oh, this is so much easier in Batman. That was cool. And yeah, some interesting stuff with those two. So I like that they got some focus. Hopefully they can give that kind of focus to Cordelia as well when she comes back soon. Please, not just the cameos. And maybe get Lorne back in as well. But yeah, overall, really good episode. Gwen was an interesting kind of addition, and I feel like we might see her again. I liked Angel finding out about Cordelia and his quest to kind of get her. The Fred and Gunn stuff was really nice. Wesley and Lilah stuff was awesome. I love those two and their dynamic kind of separately and apart. Connor's homeless. I'm sure that'll be explored a bit more later on. And the idea of like finding your home and where you belong, and even losing your loved one as well, because Angel kind of came back, his loved one was gone. Fred faced the possibility of her loved one being gone as well in this one. And Connor's kind of lost everyone around him too. So interesting themes at play with that. And yeah, just the kind of thing with the Elliot guy in that twist, you know. It was just kind of generic. But apart from that, really great episode. I look forward to seeing what's going to be happening next. And my next reaction will be to Angel episode 3. So yeah, until then, thanks for watching. And as for that creepy demon bitch, ew, creepy, go away, bye.